Hello everyone, we are back here at DIY IT Department. In this session we are going to be discussing with you how to protect your information. And when we're talking about information, we're talking about your personal classified information that you don't want getting out there on the internet and you don't want any thieves to have in their, grubby hands. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about privacy policy. Every website that you go to or every software that you download, whether it's from a disk or straight from the internet, should have a privacy policy. You should look for this. This is pretty much going to state how that company or software or anything else, how it takes your personal information and what does it do with it, how does it protect it, things of that nature. So privacy policy is something that you need to be aware of. You definitely need to skim through it, if not read through it, to make sure, because there's a lot of computer programs that you install on your computer, and a lot of times it allows them to have complete access to all of your files on your computer. So we're hoping and praying that the owners of these companies are not going to do anything bad with that information. But you definitely want to know, what their privacy policy is and how are they guarding your personal private information. Companies like Google has their privacy policy. You can always get to it. If you go to Google's homepage, you can find the privacy policy right there. So again, it's just a policy showing you how they are going to collect your information from your computer and what they're going to do with it. So, with that being said about the security, let's go in and show you how to protect your files. You can do several things. Let's take Microsoft Word, for instance. And if you're using a different word processor or different data sheet, please look at their support center to see how you would do this. But most of the word processors out there today have this feature. So here we have a document, and it was created in Microsoft Word. And let's say that we want to create a password for this sensitive information. All you have to do is go up here to Tools, go down to Options, and then from Options, go to Security, and then we can set up a password. If you click right here, and we can set up a password right there. Now, this file encryption option is for a document. This is for people to be able to open it. You also have other features. You can say file sharing option for this document would be password to modify. So you could set up, if you wanted somebody not to be able to read it, but you don't want them to have access to modify it, you could set up a password there as well. Read only recommended, you can click on that. But and then there's some privacy options here, removal of personal information. So you can read down through there. But for right now, we're just going to put a password in here to protect the open. And we're going to hit OK. And then it's going to ask us to re-enter that. We're going to hit OK again. And then we're going to say Save. And then we'll close out the document. So now we're going to open up our sensitive information document again. And it's going to ask us for that same password. So you just put your password in and hit OK. And then you're in there. Now to take that off, you would just go in here to Tools, Options, go to your Security, erase that out, press OK, and then hit Save. And then X out of that. And then you can pull it right back up again without having to put the security code that you set up in. So we can also do this with Microsoft's Excel. You can click on this, it brings up the sensitive information. A lot of people use, of course, Excel for spreadsheets. A lot of people also use this to create a spreadsheet of all the logins and passwords. Because in today's world, we got logins and passwords galore, and you got to be able to find a way to protect that. Especially if you're having that file right on your desktop. You don't want anybody to be able to copy and paste or print out your login and passwords for your bank statements or online banking or anything else that you might have. So all we have to do to set up a password for this is go to Tools, Options, same thing, Security, put in your password, hit OK. It's going to ask you for the password again, and hit OK. And then you can hit save, and then we'll just close out of this. And so now I have the sensitive info on my desktop, and people can access it anytime they want to. But if they try to do it now, it's going to ask them for a password. And you got to be able to put the password in to actually access the file. So that concludes our tutorial on how to protect your information. If you need any more resources, please look down into our resource support section of this video, and we will see you on our next and final video of this section, which of security, and we're going to be talking about antivirus programs and malware software programs. So we will see you in the next session.